Hello and welcome back. That's for the YouTube. Yeah, it should be a fun one. Got the Highflyers taking on the Hornets here. As you can see on screen now, 2 games already down in the Prism League. That sweep for St. Petersburg and 5-game win for Round Rock. That puts them at the top of the standings with Miami and Florida down at the bottom. But of course, we got 4 games left to go. Let me send out the info so we can get our teams in here. And then let's see how this game should go. I don't know, it's hard. Obviously Havana, an entirely new team. Red guy taking over as manager, picking up Evola, I think it was. I think Couch sent me. I think it was that though. Okay, send it somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was Evola. Pretty sure that's the right one there. And then, of course, Jam also on the roster. Meanwhile, on the other side, Boss and the Hornets returning manager who took the Hornets to... They were number 1 all of last season in the regular season until they lost it at the very end and then lost to this Havana team in the quarterfinals. So I think that should make an interesting match here. A little bit of a grudge match, even though, of course, no one on this Havana team was there. Red guy, of course, ended up with Round Rock at the end. Jam with Kyoto, and Evola is a new player. So no history for them, but for Boss, probably a little bit. And then, of course, Boss also building a new team around him, picking up his long-term duo in Beef, and then I believe a college teammate in Streak. So kind of, I mean, there's this team every time that this sounds like hate. It's not intention to be, and it's just not at all. That it feels like they're the team that aren't as flashy on paper. You know, they don't have that SSL in the lineup, any of that. But they have 3 players who are all incredibly good and who are all know how to play around each other. So we'll see if we can find out who Cherry Blossom is. No idea on that one. But yeah, that's kind of the question. I described it in post-game interview, obviously, because my team Round Rock play Houston next week. It feels, and this is a little bit from experience, it feels like they are a team who will play that controlled style but slower. And while you might interpret that as worse, it's not. It's just very different. That a lot of these teams will try to go as fast as they can, really press all of that, while Houston are a team who will slow it down, control the ball more, but still always be on the ball. So definitely a tough team to play, and one that it's kind of interesting because, again, they don't have that flash. They don't have that pop-off player like Evola is for Havana, but they do have a very good roster. So it's really hard to predict this one. How I tried to describe it in the Discord was control versus disruption. I mean, of course, Red Guy, you just look at the stats. He has 79 demos, and he only played like 5 weeks. Like, this guy's a problem, and this has always been known. The entire time he's been in these leagues, just always there, always a force you have to watch out for. And I believe at times this Houston roster, at least Boston Beef, have been a little bit susceptible to it. So we'll see. As I did send the info, I believe. I did. And one team is in. So I think we should be good, hopefully. But we'll see. As I can look. Are they in their call? They are. Okay. So Havana should get in here pretty soon, I believe. And yeah, I don't know. Should be interesting, generally. That we've been sitting here. It's only been a couple minutes. Obviously, when we're this early in the season, it's so hard to talk about things. Like, I can go back to this for a little bit. Oh, I want to hide the timer, though. Gulp. Gulp. Okay. Yeah, you shouldn't have. You got a minute. You got a minute left. You got a minute to predict. I guess, yeah, the FF timer would be ticking, which, by the way, is 10 minutes now. This is a thing that apparently they changed in the rules. I'll message again to check in a minute. Oh, my prediction personally. You see, I kind of stood on the fence, is kind of what I did. Because, like I said, I have no idea, really. Because Havana are a team with a new player who should be their best player, and then 2 players who are kind of like good. So 2 good players and someone who we don't know that well, but has looked really good like in scouting scrims and should be a big piece, against 3 players who aren't as good on paper, but really know how to play around each other. So I am like completely lost on how to predict this one, honestly. We haven't seen the leagues play. This is true. And that will be the first thing I say if they win and we interview them. That will be the first thing I say. But, you know, I'm going to lean Houston, though. I am going to go Houston. I'll go 3-1, you know, because it's always hard to predict Game 5. And I feel like I don't want to say Game 5 because, looking at these teams, they're so close together, you know. But I want to say Game 5 just because I don't know who to pick. And so that's why, like, I want to say I'm not sure it'll be that close of a series. But I have genuinely no idea. And that's the fun of these week 1s. We haven't seen these teams play together. Some of them we haven't even seen the players before. So should be a fun one. As we do have both our teams in, we're just going to wait one moment for them to join into the lobby. I did tell them they're good. So hopefully not too long. It was Havana, but they just joined. But we were waiting on Havana. Yep. And now we go. Game number 1. Starting out on Manfield, as always. Game number 3 of the Prism League season. Who will join St. Petersburg and Round Rock at the top of the table? And I think, I want to say the closest game yet. But again, it's kind of just more of a I don't know. And I think Round Rock Miami was similar. As Jam trying to follow this one, takes a shot. Beef flying in the net, able to make the save. Of course, Boss, always the player you'll watch out for on the defensive half, but both his teammates getting involved so far. Beef gets his second save. Jam the one to get a demo here. So, again, we expect rolls from these players. Red Guy the demos, Boss the saves. But the teammates picking up on that so far as Evola tries to get the touch, but it's dunked by Beef rolling down. Streak is there, and there's goal number 1. 1-0 Houston. Beef the 50. And Streak sends it home. Of course, Streak, we saw someone join just at the end of Season 1. Filled in on that LA team, if you could call it that, really. So, trying to get a look at him here, see what he has in store. Of course, as I said in the pregame, college teammates with Boss, so already the chemistry there. Then Boss and Beef have the connection. Question is, can Beef and Streak build it? And Beef getting the assist on Streak's goal there, so that's a good start. Beef gonna fake this one down. Streak the catch, he'll fake again. But Evil able to take it away. Now Evil from the sidewall going for the must. He gets it to the backboard. Will we see a double? Of course we can. It's 1-1. Evil showing up in the debut. And it's already a tie game. The lead did not hold long. Now dropping down Beef, trying to pop it up to the air. Houston did get the early goal, but now it's Evil again. Evil trying to get it to the backboard, will jump up, and it's uncontested. 2-1. The game flips on its head. We said she should be the best on the team, but we had to see how it looks. Well, it's looking good so far. Havana have the lead here. Minute and a half in. Beef trying to pass it over to the side. Streak gonna get the mid boost. Now pass back across again. Boss out of boost. Evil just behind it. Rolls it down into the corner. Gets another dunk. Trying to do it all. Beef a little bit awkward here, but gets a pass over to Streak. He'll break midfield. The red guy sending it back in. Now this one towards back wall. Boss sending it away. Jam there. Puts it under. Red guy's lurking. He's scoring. It's 3-1. Havana running circles around them, and they have scored 3 straight. A minute and a half ago at this point, Houston in a good spot, had the control, had that first goal. But ever since, it's been all Highflyers. Beef a double demo, hoping for something, but it's just in his net. Red guy flicks on Boss. And that is 4 in a row for 4-1. Beef removes 2, but the one left is not harmless. Jam is freestyling in celebration. Breakdancing at the midfield. But there is so much momentum here. Beef trying to play it forward. Streak gets a touchdown, but that just won't threaten. Red guy now finds Evola, but a good take out by Beef. Now Beef fakes out one. Streak in the air up against Red guy. He wins it. Boss has to be in, but Evola keeps it out on the goal line. Still sitting near the post, but Jam another 50. Now Evola out. Jam behind it again. Pinched out to the center. Red guy trying to pop it forward. Jam a flick up in the air, beats one. Red guy trying to go against another. Gets the dunk. Bouncing out. Boss has the first read. Streak low boost, but takes it from Beef. A little bit of miscommunication there. Sets up Jam to get another clear. Boss trying to slow it down. Plays it over to the side. He'll stay behind it. Only a third tank, though. He's a bit slow. Does get the pass down, but Red guy jumps on it and cuts it away. He's playing it forward again. This one off the corner. Streak dropping it down. He'll grab the corner boost. Tries to slow it down, but Jam bumps him off. Looks like we have a bit of a dance in the net between Boss and Red guy. Red guy on his usual antics, but in the end, Boss was able to clear, although the clear was short-lived as Evola pushes it forward again. From the backboard, redirect down. What is the angle for the hat trick? It's 5-1. Evola does it again. From the backboard, gets it over Boss. And Havana are not looking back. You heard the Brazil call in the chat at 1-0. They're only 2 away, and that one inches from number 6, but Jam denied by the post. Boss trying to get another clear. Beef the redirect over to Streak. He has a shot, but it's right at Jam. And now demoed as 2 race back. And Evil gets a clear. Trying to set up Red guy. Red guy, a bit of a misread. Evil now back pass over to Jam. He'll take it up the sidewall. Pinched away by Streak. Bouncing down again. Jam. Back into the corner. Beef gonna pop it out. Trying to follow it. Drops it down. Streak lurking, but Red guy makes the save. 50 to go. Beef will get up. 2 needed to beat Evola, but they do get it done. Streak trying to get it forward again. Evola to the backboard. 20 boost. Gets bumped off. Now falling down again. Jam off the left wall. Boss pops it up in the air. Beef so close, but the crossbar. Not going to let it happen. Jam trying to play it forward. Drops for the reset. Touch forward. Boss denies. Evola, though, racing onto it. Time and the ball. Not a good combo. Gets the first, but Beef gets in the way. Not going to win the game, but they do deny the clip. This one dropped down again. Boss off the corner. It'll fall back down. Looking for the pass. Can't get the touch. Evola air dribbles out. That last touch does steal it from Red guy, but it will also secure the game as Havana take a 1-0 lead. No Brazil, but a good win in the end. Okay, I just did that so wrong. I have 1 counter for games and 1 for goals, and I switched where I wrote which. All right, sick. There are your stats. Yippee. What a first game by Evola, by the way. I think that's the main storyline here. 2 clips everywhere on the field. The big save. Jam saying, call him Luka Don. You know, maybe if Evola's LeBron, we can say that, but even then, I don't know. I mean, did you guys see the scoreboard? Like, I gotta show that. 700, 300, 300. Evola's just everywhere. And the Hornets couldn't deal with it, but they just have to. I think I have. But, yeah, I took it off. Got to show it back again because that's insane. Audio, got it. Maybe. I don't know. Probably. Streak look for a redirect. It's a back pass. The Boss is too far. Gives up space to Jam. Now he'll take it up in the air. Boss alone. Does get the read. Evil racing in. Doesn't have boost. Still a threat. Streak now able to clear it down into the corner. Jam another double forward. Red guy inches from removing Boss. Boss does make the save. Beef low boost. Pass over to Evila. But able to beat her to the second touch. Now Red guy back into the corner. It's Evila there. Fakes around Boss. Does get bumped though. Boss saves the play. And Beef gets the ball out. Now Beef no boost again. Trying to follow it. Gets a good 50. This one might drop down. Red guy pass back up to Evila. But shot is wide, and Shriek able to push it even more so. Now Jam off the ground, bounces over everyone before Beef catches it on the backboard. Now off the left side again, Beef still with it, flick forward over one. Dropping down again, Streak pops it up in the air. Boss towards the net, Evila pops it away. Now Jam still following it, Beef there. Red guy plays it out. Boss trying to pass it central, Streak. Not able to get there. Evila in the air. Drops for the reset. Will go for the 50. But saved even despite the demo on Streak. It stays scoreless for now. This one, though, dropping it. It's just in. Beast gives Houston the lead. Gets the dunk on Jam. It gets a perfect bounce off the corner. And just no one able to get up for it. Evila maybe a little bit of panic. That, I believe, would have been posted in. So sent it in maybe a little bit easier than it would have been, but I think it was in anyway. So this one now will be Red guy, but Streak gets there first. Long touchdown field. Evila backboard. Too low for the Psycho. Boss trying to pop it back to the corner again. Bouncing out again. Boss there. Well placed, but Red guy still gets it out. Now Streak backboard. He'll look for the double. It'll be a pass instead, but no one really there. Boss plays it out to the side. Beef trying to drop up. Pass across. Evila can't reach it. Streak can. And it's 2-0 Hornets. No Brazil this time. Streak just lays it back. Beats 2. True, Barca is still possible. But the Hornets... Good footing regained here on DFH. Still a lot of time to go. And as we've seen, when Havana roll, they can roll. This one cleared down the center. It's Red guy to pick it up. He'll pop it out. A little bit heavy on the touch, though, and Boss will take it away. Still, though, it's rolled right to Jam. He'll go to the air. Backboard, ceiling, double down. Jam's getting involved, too. It's 2-1. What a play by Jam. The ceiling double to pull it back within 1. Maybe he is Luka Doncic. Still more needed for the comeback, but at least they look good. This one popped out, gets over Jam. Boss, half a tank, but misses it. Does get the touchdown again. Now off the sidewall once more. Red guy trying to pick it forward. Played off the side. Streak, though. He wants to get involved, too. And the lead is brought right back up to 2. Pop forward, Streak. The light touch. Jam, low boost. No chance to react to it. So Houston, unfazed by the Clips this time. Managed to regain their momentum. Another fake down. Boss not quite able to get that touch. Beef now has to retreat to his corner. Jam gonna pop it into Evila the dunk. She just dives in, and you expect it to go in the net, and so it does. Beef has room for the save, but cannot push it far enough, and Evila goes straight through. Havana are not going down easy. Uh-oh, we've seen this before. Instead, it's a pass, and it's Jam again. You expect a clip. Instead, it's a team play, and it's tied up. No chance for Houston again. The goalie has to dive. Streak just has to watch. Havana putting on a clinic here, of course. Still need more to take the lead, but it feels inevitable at this point. Beef trying to play it forward. Jam will wait. Beef dunk back down again. Jam leaves it. Streak now going to pick it up. That's on, but Jam does tap it to the side. Red guy trying to clear it down the sideline again. Boss played forward, bouncing straight down. Boss touch forward, but Evola still gets that save. Now Streaker on the outside. Evola another pinch away. Beef tap back forward. Red guy gonna get a long clear. Not in. Does force Boss to get a touch over to the side where Jam can pick it up. Now Evola in the air, but won't be able to reach that one. Beef disagreeing with the post. Does eventually win, but it's Red guy still to dunk him back down. Evola running out of boots. Another pass to Jam. This time Beef wins it. Red guy alone. 1v1, but there's no shot. No Streak, though, a great 50, but too slow. Evola's back. Boss up off the corner. Beef in the air. Off the crossbar, but there's no one in net to block Streak. And there is 4-3. Houston jump ahead again. Force it enough times. Have enough players to throw at it. Eventually, you can get through. But again, a 1-goal lead. Not gonna be very safe. A straw house at best. Evola. It's a little bit instinct trying to fix there. There's a bit of pull shot on that one. Boss trying to get it out. Red guy exit demo. Now Jam takes control. Gets over Beef. Fakes under. Boss will respawn for the save though. Red guy back into the corner again. Double commit there by Havana. Gives space to Streak. Now Evola forced into the 1v1. And Streak does get the goal. Red guy, what is it? Executioner or whatever in the background, but the focus has to be on Streak. Little bit of a breezy on that one. Makes it 5-3. So defense has been good, but not perfect. Streak manages to find a hole through. And now this one doubled forward, pinch back to Jam, almost a chance, but Beef gets up to deny it. Now Streak back into the corner again. Houston gonna bleed the clock on this one. Beef towards net, just wide. Double commit now. Boss is alone. Jam low boost though. Boss will deny, although not the greatest touch. Now it gets awkward. Streak plays it to the side. Evola off the sidewall. Jam is there. He'll drop it down just high. And with that, Houston tie the series. You know, even that was very far from easy. That was a tough one for the Hornets, but they do bring things even. You know, Red Guy and Boss were in the lobby. That's my summary of the stats. They were there. But meanwhile, Streak, 4 goals in the game, 100% goal participation going off here on DFH. Jam similarly able to receive a couple good passes, that one double as well in the mix. And I mean, it's kind of, like was said, Havana are living up to their name. The Highflyers are clipping. Meanwhile, Houston are trying to hold on. That's what's going on here. And that's kind of what I expected again. Houston do not have that fast play style, but they're a team who can get that control and can just push you back until they score. And of course, Boss coming in, someone who can get that defensive player of the season just about any time he wants. Beef, who has been an offensive player before, I believe. Streak, a player who's played with Boss a lot. All 3 players here bring so much to the table, as that one hurts so much. Crossbar ping, post ping, no goal explosion. It stays 0-0. And then Jam changes that in an instant. 1-0 Highflyers. You know, end to end, it feels terrible for Houston. It feels great for Havana, and they have a lead. Kick off one forward. Red guy going to track it down. Pops it off corner. Boss low boost. Gets a clear. Beef trying to turn on it. Evila gets under him. Now control. Half a tank. Way too much. Gets the dribble. The flick across. Not going to be in, but it's another boost stolen. Pass back. Red guy there. Crossbar. Jam there. Blocked. Beef gets in the way. Now Streak going to get bumped out of the defense. Red guy another demo. Trying to rack them up. Haven't noticed his name there a lot, but he got at least 7 last game, so he has been there. This one now popped out by Evila. Streak, reset forward, trying for the 50. Beef is there, but so is Jam. He will save. Evila now pre-flip into the corner. Look for the tap out towards center. Streak now getting it out. Streak, second touch. Red guy still going backwards. Jam will bail him out, but does get bumped off it. No double from Evila, but Red guy, another touch, forces them all the way back. Minute and a half gone. Still 1-0. Oof, that one wide. Almost a skip off Jam. But luckily for Havana, not quite in. Now Streak the pass down with the reset. Boss off the crossbar. Jam the save away, but it's only to Beef. He'll bang it off the post to Streak. Bottom left just wide. Beef, Jam there again. Jam has been the main defensive player. Everyone's been involved. Evila, couple great plays in there too, but Jam bend the rock there almost the whole game. You see him sitting in the net there again. Is Beef trying to get this one forward. Boss waiting on the sidewall. You hear Red guy threatening. It does get past everyone off the crossbar, and again, they just can't get a shot on target. Trying to get it out. Has been perfect on those pre-flips recently. Red guy trying to play it forward. Streak cutting it upfield again. Trying to get into the corner. Houston have had so much pressure and yet 0 goals on the board. Just unable to get that final shot down. As Boss pins that one to the backboard. Doesn't allow the double to come through. Jam trying to center. Bullied off it by Beef. Now Beef another pop forward, but straight down to Evila. As Beef though trying to pass it across. Streak. No boost. Finally gets the shot. Tie game. Streak has been the Houston offense, and another pass from Beef, and another one sunk. Manages to just drop it in the top right corner. 2 minutes to go. Tied up in game 3. Streak giving a bit of time. Red guy no boost. Gets faked under Evila, but she gets the save. Now Jam the other way. Boss will have time to save, but can he get a clear out? This one back pass, and it will be now space for Streak again. Looking for the bump. Problem is there's 2 more defenders, and they get an easy clear. Now Boss flip past it, has to pop it up, and Jam will get a pass on this one. Instead chooses a shot. That Beef will save. Red guy drop down. Evila trying to get there. Beef gets the flick forward first. Now another one 50'd. Off the back wall, dropping down. Red guy trying to get it away. Red guy to the backboard. Evila backboard as well. Double across. Bit heavy for a pass, and Beef trying to pop it out. Does get awkward, but it works as a fake, although that touch heavy right to Red guy. Now Boss low boost. Manages a 50, but Evila's still on it. Misses, but it's a fake as a pass back to Jam. Streak there. Now Evila pop across again. Boss down from the ceiling, looking for the touch. Gets it off the back wall. Streak already up, drops it down. Can't get a dunk. Evila up in the air again. Jam off ceiling. Looks for another play. Red guy, he's looking for another car. But it turns into a double commit. That means Streak a free touch, Beef a free clear. 45 ticks to go. In regulation here, still tied up. Streak maybe a chance, but chooses to go lateral. And Evila I don't like how that's instinct. Still able to get there, although heavy on that one. But again, will be able to flip back and get the touch forward. No double, but will recover and take a shot. What a pre-jump by Boss. Able to win that one forward, as we've seen a lot of Houston demos here all of a sudden. Still, Jam will clear it out. Beef 50 even. Red guy no boost though. Streak to the backboard. Where does it bounce? Straight out, and Evila has the read. Now Evila trying to drop this one down. Boss off the left wall. Beef just wide. Red guy knocks it down. Beef pass central. Streak blocked. It'll drop. And we should have overtime here in Urban Central. Evola up into the corner, pass back out, Jam racing in. 50 feet high for now. Red guy's jumping forward, pass off the back wall. Beef trying to get it away. Evola will keep it forward. Double to the corner. Boss sends it long. Houston try to recover, but Evola still lurking. Pop off the backboard. You know she'll have the read. Luckily for Houston, Beef does first. Shriek centers it out again. He tries to recover. Red guy has a clear. Beef right back in. Bumped off it. Evola the catch. Boss diving in. He'll take it up the corner. He'll look to pass it out. Running out of boost. Streak diving in. But Jam gets a save. Red guy now pops it straight up. He'll go for the slower play. Beef loses the challenge, but it bounces off another Havana player and gets out. Now Shriek a bit too fast. Beef pinch straight out again. Jam runs out of boost. Red guy lurking behind him. A full tank. Will blast this one towards net. It might just drop through. Off crossbar. Red guy's there again. Somehow no one reads it. And Red guy takes game 3. Beef is backwards. What happened to Boss? He just panics. Not sure what he read, but it wasn't right. And Havana with a 2-1 game will take a 2-1 series lead. Houston break down under the pressure. And Havana now take match point. As we move now to the Coliseum, it's Houston who need to find a response. I will say this series has developed wonderfully since Game 1. Game 1, well, okay, I was going to say Game 1 was a clip show, but that's exactly what Game 2 was as well. But really, Game 1, Houston had a moment of control, and then Havana dominated. Game 2 was very back and forth, but Houston were a step ahead the whole time. That one, again, very back and forth. Houston just couldn't get the control and couldn't get the shots down. And so eventually they broke. Now Boss a reset looking for Beef, but couldn't get the flip down. Shriek trying to pop it up. Jam doesn't have boost, still has the touch. Beef pass down to the corner. He'll pick it up himself, but Evola is on it fast. Faster, that is. Boss trying to get it out of the corner. Jam trying to send it right back in. He'll look for the read himself. Doesn't have it. Beef, another one rolled past the midfield line. No boost to his name. Will look for a pass, but Shriek playing too close. Not going to get there. Red guy now the dribble. Boss trying to force. Will get nothing. Red guy picks it up again. Cut past the second. Flick for the third, but Beef does get the save. Jam now up in the air. Bump to the ceiling. Will follow it. Will win a 50 and will earn a pass, although no one there to take the shot. People just going to slow it down. Play it around again. Boss now pops it up in the air. Low boost for the Houston Hornets in that corner. Streak though to the backboard. Can't double it on target. It's a pass to Beef. Pass to Boss. Jumped in too fast. Misread it. Doesn't have a shot. And that has been the kryptonite of the Hornets, although that one gets scary, but it is pinched out to the side. Houston have had this press, but so often they either just can't find a shot at all or it just rings off the woodwork. And again, continues to happen. We stay 0-0, although the last time we said that, Havana scored immediately, so let's watch out here. Jam trying to center it. Beef gets it to the side. Evola lurking a little bit low on boost. Shriek pops this one in the air. Will follow it himself. Passes it out. No one there. Does get a bump, which will slow down Evola, but still she'll pick it up. Now in the air. The control is great, but eventually the boost is limited, and we'll have to fall off it. Trying to drop it down. Jam taking control. Streak. Pinch straight up. Red guy out to the sidewall. Look for the double. Boss wins the 50. Now we're on the outside. Jam barely avoids the Goomba. Now popped out by Beef. People are getting it out again. Beef in the air. It's Red guy off the sidewall. Boss down to Beef. He'll look for the redirect, but Jam is faster. Evola now control. Gets over Streak. Running out of boost. Does she have a pass? Boss cuts it off before that gets an answer. Red guy trying to catch it down. Boss gonna dive in. Half the game played. 0 goals on the board just yet. I have to say Havana looked more threatening, but that's just because Houston have had push but have not had a shot. Red guy trying to take control again. Passes it across. Jam's already in the air. Drop down on target. Streak gets a catch. Red guy another shot. Saved away. Evola in the air. Pop back out for a pass, but Beef another save. Evola another center. Streak another clear. Jam trying to set it back in, but a backflip means Beef will have a play. Gets one, gets a fake. Red guy takes it to his corner. They drop down again. Jam, a bit of a miss there. So lucky that Houston weren't expecting it. That one could have been an easy goal. But they do recover now. Still trying to break out. Streak gets a bump. Boss gets a touchdown, but Evil are going to pick that one up again, although Boss on it again. Now around the outside again. Dropping down, Beef going to pick it up. Jam gets a dunk. Down into the corner. Red guy still with it. Now pass in front. Beef going to play it forward. Boss trying to get up for it. Gets it down to the back wall. Beef gets beat. Streak up off the side. Around the outside. Now Streak. This one popped up in the air, but 2 players for Havana. And Jam gets the touch. He's chasing it around the corner again. I mean, I feel like the possession is 80-20, and yet the shots honestly might be Havana leaning. Although, a good side for Houston. Evil has 0 shots you see there. Although none for Boss either. Does anyone have shots? Beef has a shot. Streak has a shot, and Streak has a goal. It's 1-0 Houston. We question their shooting. Beef does hit the woodwork, but it sets up Streak, who gets it right past 2 low boost defenders. And that gives Houston a late lead. 50 seconds to go, separating us from a potential champions field. But we got plenty of Rocket League to play before then. Streak trying to pop it away. Evil off the left wall. Will get the double into the corner. Beef trying to reset. Now pops it. Touch there by Evil. It makes it awkward. Red guy around. Look for the pass. Boss cuts it off. Now Evil centered. Streak trying to get up. Jam drop down again. Red guy. Pop forward. Evil dunk back down off the ceiling. Jam. Control. Trying to pass it central. 20 seconds now. Houston double commit. But it's a clear all the way out. That'll at least buy time. Evil beat by Beef. 10 seconds. Havana will need a miracle. But with this roster, that can happen. Red guy gets it down into the corner. Evil off the ceiling. Boss gets a 50. Jam will take control. He'll pop it up into the corner. Pinch towards center. Beef will kill it. And Houston force us to go the distance. Honestly, this series could go no other way. Houston, as in the end, Havana do outshoot them, but they had so much pressure. They're the only team able to get any saves, which, by the way, that speaks to their shooting as well, that they had 3 shots, 1 goal, and none of them had saves. So 2 shots just unanswered. And, I mean, we deserved no other outcome, did we? Our second champions field of the season, our second in the Prism League. But our first one was an attempted reverse sweep. This one is a banger the whole way through. And so as we load in, the bright lights flash on. Both teams have played so well, but only one can get the win. Havana on one side, Houston on the other. We load in for Game 5. First chance there went to Havana, but now Beef trying to take control. Evil are going to get possession. Air dribble out. Of course there's control. Now pinch forward. Boss easily going to pop that one out. Trying to stay under it. Drop back down. Demo on 1. Streak now dies, but Jam beats both. Beef trying to show some patience. Does allow Jam to get close, but does still beat him. Now Streak off the left side. Evil a full tank. Perfect touch to beat Streak. Now trying to get control. Flick beats Boss. The Boss able to play safe, although Jam, no boost, has a free shot, and it's 1-0. No goals in Game 4, but an early goal in Game 5. Havana are in front. Jam just gets through the chaos and comes out with a free look. Now drop down again. It's Jam again. That one's wide. Streak gonna usher it out. Jam, a big 50. That one might just set up Evil. Although she will stay grounded for a moment. Now jumps up. Red guy bumps to waste a bit more boost. Evil, though, what a dunk. That one just wide again. Red guy trying to roll it in. Beef grounded. Jam can pick it up. Beef will look for a pinch. Jam beats him to it. Boss looking for a clear. This one will drop down. Red guy off the left side. Beef, a banger towards net, but Evola, she's on defense. One like that, not going to get by very easily. Evola poke up to the backboard. Boss trying to bounce it out again. Red guy holding. Out towards the left side. Beef trying to reach it. This one will get dropped down. Red guy trying to play it up into the corner. Now on the outside, it's Streak to drop it down. He'll pass it across. He's out of boost. He'll try to cut, but it's another ground ball. And that one played perfectly. Havana just not getting beat by the simple rollers. Need to get more creative, but Houston have not been able to get out of this half at all. Beef trying to get it forward, does get a shot, but a generous one at that. Jam trying to get it forward, I believe off target. Streak will drop down into the corner, but it bounces back out. Now Red guy will have a look. This one dropped down. Boss high in the air. Streak out. Now Evola back down. Beef into the corner. Streak gets a boost steal. It's Beef for the shot, but it's slow. Red guy picks it out. Boss off backboard again. Dunked away again. Jam off the left side. Red guy waiting under it. Beef plays it forward. Boss not able to get that one halfway through. Not 0-0 this time. Havana clinging to a 1-goal lead, although they look perfectly in control. Jam another cut, another flick, another open net. Evola secures it. It's 2-0. It's not a clip, but it is another goal. And the Highflyers double their lead. And now you hit the panic button for the Hornets. There is time, but 2 goals a lot to get back. Red guy pops it forward. Beef trying to play it down. This one around the outside. Jam staying with it. Getting up towards the ceiling, dropping down again. Red pinch over to the side. Beef off the right wall. Pass over towards Streak. Red guy cuts it off. Boss now a dunk, but again it's right to Evola. Easily returned. And now Red guy turns on one, and it's 3. Don't forget him. He may be going for demos, but he can find a shot in the process. And it will be 3. 2 minutes to go. Houston, their chance fading fast. Boss trying for a 50. Jam plays it better. Beef trying for a pinch. It goes backwards. Evola, backboard, double. Doesn't have an angle. It's a pass central. Jam will get a 50. Red guy pre-jumping it. Instead, it'll be played across, and Streak is there. Red guy trying to get up for it. Streak trapped on his own backboard. Houston still unable to get anything. Beef's shot, the only one I remember, and even that was just a glorified clear. Evil off the corner again. Jam there again. This one does pop out a good way. Streak will redirect forward. But can they make anything of it? Evil takes control. This might just be a 4th goal. But didn't have the boost to pop it up. Just has to take the shot, and Boss does make the save. Played forward. Streak gonna put it across. Evil sidewall double. Does get the skim, but not towards net. Boss playing it forward again. 50 seconds to go. Houston. Seam down and out. Streak trying to give them a glimmer, but Evola just already up, takes it away. Boss will drop it down. Jam alone. Streak off the sidewall. Is there a 3rd Houston player? Beef is too far. Dunked off the sidewall. Beef gets beat. This one is going backwards. Red guy a low boost total, but enough to make the play. Boss another roller. Red guy another clear. 30 seconds dropping down. The Houston Hornets put up a good fight, but Season 1 flashbacks for Boss as Havana will shut them down once more. And this time, Evola makes a statement in her first game. The final 10 seconds, just a formality, and the Havana Highflyers will be 1-0, moving on from week 1. Have to say our best series yet, and it goes over to Cuba. Well played. Of course, we gotta show the stats. We always show the stats. Never mind, they're gone. No more stats. They did not want to. Now we will ask them if want an interview. Of course. Of course. We'll get there, Mello. Chill. We'll get to the prediction. I don't know why Lemon is so on this idea, by the way. I'm just going to say, obviously, I don't know Houston's situation. But just generally, Houston, I think it'll take a lot to get them to change. And this is absolutely not a game that will make them change. Like, Houston are a team of 3 players who play with each other a lot. And so unless they find a very obvious upgrade, and even then, I think they'll be resistant to change. And hey, Boss is a good manager. If he sees something, he might take it. But still, not sure that they'll be changing. But anyway, we do have a response that we will have an interview. So we'll be back in just a second with our winning team. And
I should probably mute the stream.
Nope, you're good. We are now back with the winning Havana Highflyers. Red Guy, first week with the team, you get the win. How's it feel?
Feels great. Feels great to have the confidence in the team. I mean, we've been doing a lot of scrims, feeling it out. Overall, pretty great. I can't complain with the team. We're getting pretty chemmy, as Jam would say. I don't know. Solid opponents. Can't complain. Game 5, is that the first one of the week or no?
No. Round Rock,
No?
Miami.
Okay.
This was
That's
a closer
unfortunate.
series, though. That one was an almost
Okay.
sweep that got blocked. So.
Okay, well. Hey, solid games. Can't complain about the opponents. GG's to them all. Jam, you got anything?
Well, I gotta ask Jam, where'd the clips come from? You and Evil are going crazy.
I was feeling a bit freaky. Had to let him know.
Oh, of course.
Hey, it was for Yemi, though. It's for the big Yamster.
Oh, I should probably see who are we playing next week.
That's exactly what I was looking for. You play
go to the pit.
Steinhatchee.
Oh, the scout. We just scrimmed the scallops, even though scallops scrims mean nothing. I think it's gonna be another game 5. Yeah, scrims mean nothing, but my prediction is game 5 W. Another one.
Jamie,
similar to this. Clips from mid coming out of Yami. Expect better.
Yeah, Yemi says he expects
how do you
better.
Feel about this?
So.
Yeah, I know. Honestly. He texted me that on Steam mid game, bro.
I mean, only one ceiling double. Come on.
Hey, I was on low funds. I had to make do.
Yeah. Well, congrats on the
win. Thank you, Doggo.
Absolutely.
This time I didn't go 0 for 15 on shots, so I'm happy with the day.
I will say it does continue that I've now casted 3 Houston games and they've lost all of them.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Something like that. All of the games that have not been casted by Couch, they have lost. So.
Well, can you actually? We don't play them ever again. Well, maybe again. Beef should reach out to Couch and get him to cast the next one. Start scheduling it with the 4th man.
It's for the good luck.
Doggy, you got anything else for us?
I don't think so.
All right.
Congrats on the win. Great first week, and good luck next week.
Solid. Good luck next week to you as well.
Good luck.
All right. What a game. Well played by Havana. Really glad that Houston gave us a great game there. Game 1 especially a little bit worrying. But, I mean, summary, main points. What a series from Evola. Of course, new player coming in. Saw her mechanics in the scouting scrims. Thought she'd be good, but it's always hard to just make sure it'll work in a league game. But it absolutely did. And this already looks like a team who will make it work. You know, when you have a player like this, obviously we saw great plays all around the field from her, but when you have someone who's so good mechanically, sometimes you'll have a team who can't play around that, and then it's useless. But already here we saw Jam also getting the clips. We saw Red Guy getting the demos to open up space. We saw passes all around. This is a great look for Havana. Meanwhile, on the other side, Houston, it looks like ran into a great team, and they put up a good fight. And that is a good look for them. This is a team, again, they know how to play each other, but they can always improve on that. And so to go up against a team who are that faster play style and be able to stand up against it to force 5 games, and it didn't look like any of that was gifts. They put themselves in this one, and so that's a great look going forward. So absolutely best game of the week in either league so far for me. Obviously only our second game 5. But if we look quickly, we can go back to this, obviously, just for a moment till we get back to our schedule. I'm not going to stop it from revolving. We're just going to wait, get to it. Couple good games to go. OKC Steinhatchee, Lincoln, New York, and Hanoi, Kyoto. Obviously, as well, we do have a good split that I don't have the goals. It does appear. Actually, yeah. So Havana will be going in second place, just below St. Petersburg, above Round Rock. Houston then, I believe, should fall to 11th place with Miami rising above them. Of course, though, it's just week 1, so standings don't really matter at this point, and the difference is a couple goals, especially between Round Rock, Havana, and Miami, Houston. So, asterisk on that, but that's where things stand. But either way, that does it for tonight. There are 2 games tomorrow night. One Prism, one Pixel, so we'll have our first both league night, and that will be Lincoln, New York at 8 p.m. Casts are not quite determined yet. Will probably be either me or Couch, but we'll see. And then we will have Deadwood, KC at 10 p.m., and that'll be me again. So 3 10 p.m. games in a row for me, but, hopefully it's a banger. Either way, though, that does it for tonight. We'll see you back tomorrow night for more 8-Bit League action. Hopefully more Game 5s, because this series was incredible.